Well, today I want to read a couple of passages, and the subject will be on our heart. So, the first passage that I want to read is Mark 7:5-8, which says, Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, Why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands? He answered and said unto them, Well, Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, The people honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many others such like things ye do. Excuse me. Now I want to focus on a particular phrase in verse 6 in this passage. And in verse 6, at the very end, it says, But their heart is far from me. Now, with that, I want to move on to Mark 7, verses 19-23. And that says, Because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the draught, purging all meats. And he said, That which cometh out of man, that defileth the man. From within one of the heart of men proceeded evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, and foolishness. And all these things come from within and defile the man. So, what we're talking about is our heart today and what's in it. And what's in our heart comes out of us. We need a renewed mind so we can have our heart change. So what comes out of us is not the things that's in the passage of Mark 19-23, which let's go over that a little bit. What are those things? Those things are evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications. Adulteries and fornications, basically, it's a sin in the word against our own bodies. Murders, slaughter, or the act of taking a life. Internally, the thought of it can come out of our heart. Thefts, stealing, covetousness. It's a greedy desire to have more. And that more belongs to somebody else. Wickedness. It's an intention to infect other people with wrong ideas, wrong things, leading them to a path of destruction. And it's a desire to harm spiritually and physically. Deceit. It's to bait someone, basically, and put in terms. If we want something from somebody and we could use deceit to get it from them. Trickery, craftiness, sneaky is what we might call it. Lasciviousness is unbridled lust. It's a person that has no shame or restraint as they do lustful acts unto others. An evil eye, envy, jealousy. It's looking at somebody else's success and being jealous of that. Blasphemy. It's a slander or speech that injures another person's reputation. We shouldn't do that. Pride. It is literally, we think, or we give off this impression at least, and sometimes we do believe it if we give it off, that we are above everybody else. We look down on everybody else because they're little. Foolishness. It is a lack of spiritual common sense, and we don't want to be foolish in what we let in our lives, spiritually, especially spiritually. So the gist of this is this. If the spiritual concepts of the word does not get in our heart, does not get in our minds, it does not get in our mindset, and we behave as unto the Lord, as the Bible states, we don't change our minds unto Him, our actions. What will come out of our mouth is what we just talked about, which is sin. The truth, God's ways need to replace our ways, our thoughts, so we don't fall into these very things that lead us astray. So these very things don't take our victory in our lives.